Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I don't have any lipstick on at the moment, and that's because for today's video, we're going to be talking all about the brand new lipstick formula recently launched by Chanel. So it is already available on Chanel.com. It's available in the beauty boutiques, and I imagine it might take a little while before it rolls out to the department stores. But it's called Rouge Allure L'Extrait, and this is a very interesting launch from Chanel. Pull out my shades. I visited my boutique and I picked up a few. I also swatched them, all of them, so don't worry, I have photos to share. I received a couple questions from people asking what... That's just obnoxious. Miami drivers. Shocking. I received some questions from people wondering if I was planning to review the new lipsticks, and the answer is always. Of course. I will always talk about new Chanel launches, and I've been told that the new LeBlanc collection that's launching with the really pretty camellia highlighter, that should be released within the next few weeks or so. So as soon as I get more information, I will of course let you know. The reason why this new Rouge Allure L'Extrait lipstick is so interesting and a unique launch for Chanel is that it comes in a refillable package. So this is the full-size lipstick. I picked up 4 shades. This is 814 Beige Imperieux. Let me just show you what it looks like. Standard lipstick. If you weren't told it was refillable, you probably wouldn't be able to figure it out. There's no marking or indicator on this lipstick that lets you know it's refillable. And on the bottom, it just says Rouge Allure L'Extrait. No shade, of course, because you can change out the shades inside. But it just looks like a typical Rouge Allure lipstick, the one with the little clicky package. Slim. I'll have to double check. I'm curious to know if the amount of product is the same because it's a slimmer lipstick. And then when it's in this little base right here, you just twist it up, twist it down. It's retractable, which is nice. And then to take it out of this package, you simply pop it out. Now, Chanel was very sly because with the refills, and I picked up 3 refills, they made it so that you have to have the base. You can't just simply purchase a refill and use this lipstick. So this comes in a little gold bullet with the little CC gold top, but then there's nothing to twist. So you see, you have to have at least 1 full lipstick to be able to use the refills later on. You can't just simply purchase the refills and use these because they are less expensive than the full-size lipstick, of course. But let's talk about the price for a moment because that's the one issue I have about this launch. And I don't feel like I'm being too nitpicky here. I feel like this is something that we have to talk about. I just pulled up Chanel.com, so I have all of the information here. So this Rouge Allure L'Extrait High Intensity Lip Color Concentrated Radiance and Care Lipstick retails for $55. It's available in 20 different shades, but $55 for a lipstick, that is a huge jump. Even for Chanel. Chanel lipsticks have always been pricey. But I remember when I first started working at the Chanel counter, a long time ago, lipsticks were $36, and I thought that was really expensive, but it was doable. $36 is still a lot of money for a singular lipstick, and I understand it's Chanel, but there is nothing inherently different about this lipstick, except the fact that it's refillable, and you can purchase the refills. So a typical Chanel lipstick has gone up to $42. The holiday lipsticks, limited edition lipsticks are usually $45, but still $42 for the standard lipstick. And then the refills are $40. So you're saving yourself $2. But are you really saving any money? How often do you go through lipsticks? Now I know I don't want to shop for all of you. I know not everybody has a huge makeup collection with countless lipsticks the way I have way too many, but I still think it's pretty rare that you really use up an entire tube of lipstick. I could be wrong. Maybe there are people out there who are using up their lipsticks and they'll go and they'll restock the same color time and time again. There are certain shades that I would restock. It's just so rare that I ever get to that point. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't remember the last time I restocked a lipstick shade. I guess you could just purchase one full size and then multiple refills. Since they have the gold cap, you can simply switch it out every single time. Like you could take this with you in your purse, but then change out the lipstick refill and just make sure you hold on to these boxes. Otherwise, I think it would be really easy to lose. That's my complaint. I was a bit shocked when I saw the price, $55, and I thought, is it special? Is it something really unique and exciting? And when I saw that the actual refillable component, I was a bit let down. This looks like standard Rouge Allure, and I can't imagine that the difference to make it refillable, the difference on this, because this is exactly the same, it would be the base. I couldn't imagine that this costs them so much more money to make, that they have to jump from a $42 Rouge Allure to $55 for this. Just what, because of the snap? Surely not. In my opinion, they should have kept this at $42, maybe make this $45, a little bit pricier, but at least that's what we've kind of come to expect from the holiday lipsticks or the special lipsticks. Make this $45, and then the refill should be less expensive, not $2 less expensive. I mean, you can't even use it on its own. You're not getting anything really special to look at. I want to be really excited because refillable packaging is amazing, and I love this trend in luxury beauty. Charlotte Tilbury has refillable lipsticks, her Hot Lips collection. Guerlain has the Rouge G lipsticks, which are so amazing. The Guerlain lipsticks are like pieces of jewelry. They're so gorgeous to look at, and it makes me feel excited, and I almost want to collect them all. They're so beautiful. For those lipstick cases, I think the cases are $37 and then the lipsticks are $28. So it ends up being a pretty expensive lipstick, but I almost don't mind because I love the packaging so much. It's so special. It comes in the little velvet protector. It has the mirror. That's the type of refillable lipstick case that says luxury. It's weighted. It feels like a gemstone in your hand. Would I have wanted rhinestone lipstick cases from Chanel? No. There are limitations, of course. It is on brand. It looks identical to the lipsticks they already carry. But they could have done like what they did with the holiday collection, the little gold edges around so that it looks a little bit even more elevated, something really special and luxurious, instead of just going with the same basic case. The only difference is this is a little bit thinner and longer. That's it. It's the same. For $13 more. I feel robbed. I'm back on Chanel.com to read the description. So these lipsticks are infused with an ultra-high concentration of pigments. The refillable satin lipstick reveals incomparable shade intensity upon first application that lasts for up to 8 hours. And it says the lipsticks offer up to 12 hours of hydration, 10 hours of protection, and all-day comfort, thanks to nourishing waxes and ume flower extract, which form a deeply moisturizing complex. 20 shades available. I swatched them all on my arm. I'm going to pop up some video and I will number each of the swatches so you know which shade is which. This is the shade range. I think they came out with really nice colors. Still not a lot of medium tone pinks. This is a very typical Chanel lipstick shade range in my opinion. A sprinkling of nudes, handful of pinks, some corals, and then a ton of different reds. Every single undertone you can think of. Some of these swatches were really difficult to tell the difference between on my arm. So I know that on the lips, you wouldn't even be able to see the difference. I still found it difficult to choose my favorites, but the shades I end up purchasing are 814 Beige Imperial in the rechargeable refillable lipstick case. And then the 3 refills I picked up are 822 Rose Supreme, 858 Rouge Royale, and 812 Beige Brut. I scooted in a bit closer so I can swatch these now. I have not tried this new lipstick formula on my lips, but I also wanted to point out quickly on the refills, down up towards the base, it does have the number and the name. So just in case you throw away the packaging and you're trying to remember what was the lipstick shade, it is listed on there. And it makes sense for me to go from lightest to deepest. So this is 812 Beige Brew. I believe this is the lightest beige or the lightest nude available. So I'm just going to pop it into the base. There we go, locked and loaded. And these are supposed to be incredibly pigmented, which the Rouge Coco Bloom is incredibly pigmented. Le Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue is my favorite Chanel lipstick formula. That's the double-sided, comes with the liquid lipstick and then the gloss. You know this. Unless you're new here, you know how much I love this lipsticks. But my favorite bullet lipstick formula from Chanel is Rouge Coco Bloom, which they launched last year, I believe. Okay, here we go. It's pretty good, actually. Okay. When I swatched this on my arm, I thought, oh no, this doesn't look very pigmented. And I was thinking I wasn't going to be impressed. But actually it is really pigmented. And this is, I mean, this is a perfect nude. It's hard to mess up a light pinky nude. I do like the thinner lipstick too. It's nice, because it does allow you to get pretty precise. I wish it wasn't circular though. I almost wish it tapered to a point. That way you could really etch the line of your lip. But I love this color. It looks really pretty. When I look at my lips right now, I really like the color. I love the lipstick. However, to me this is like a Rouge Coco Bloom. I don't think there's a huge difference. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I really like the lipstick, but that tube does feel really thin, and it looks kind of small, smaller than the traditional lipsticks, but surely they didn't skimp us on lipstick. I had to pull up Chanel.com to double check, and sure enough, the Rouge Allure L'Extrait, the full product, not even looking at the refills, when I click on more details, it says 0.07 ounces of lipstick. I'm going to click on the refill just to double check. 0.07 ounces of lipstick listed on the little refill. Now I'm going to go back one more time and I'm going to look at the amount of lipstick in the Rouge Allure Velvet. This is from the Comet collection, a standard Rouge Allure Velvet. 0.12 ounces of lipstick. That is insane to me. For $42, the Comet lipsticks are listed. $42, you get 0.12 ounces. For $55, you get 0.7, or 0.07, excuse me. That would have been amazing. No, 0.07. A little over half. Barely over half. Let me double check another one before I get angry. I can't believe it. I know there's a name for this, and it's happening in food, a lot of different areas where you're paying, even if you're paying the same price, you're getting less product now. I don't like this. My beloved Rouge Coco Bloom, let's see, $42 for now, 0.11 ounces, 0.11 ounces, so a little under that Rouge Allure Velvet. I'm a little shocked at the moment. I'm sitting here trying to figure out the words to say, how to express myself, but I'm just a little bit speechless because I don't want this to be a negative video. I'm not trying to come across as negative or being too nitpicky. I'm a Chanel lover, but this feels like a scam. I feel robbed out of my lipstick. I'll pay the higher price for luxury products, but I don't want less product. You know, the quality has to match. Everything needs to be the same. If you're paying a high luxury price tag, but you're getting a fraction of the product you used to get, well, what's the point? Why would I buy a refillable lipstick when I can just get a Rouge Coco Bloom or, you know, a Rouge Coco? They have other formulas that hopefully they're not going to shrink those, or even just the longwear lipsticks. It's typically what I live in anyways. I do really like the new Rouge Coco balms. Those are really nice. I've been getting a lot of use out of my balms from the summer, but this is bad. This is a really bad look for Chanel, unfortunately. And I just knew something felt off to me as soon as I saw that these were available for $55 and it was refillable. For me, this just proves the point that reviews are still so important. Reviews. Wait for the review. Wait to hear about the product first. See the swatches. Listen to somebody's perspective. There is no rush. That excitement, that rush, that adrenaline you feel as soon as something launches, that is manufactured by these beauty brands that just want you to shop with your emotions instead of shopping with your head. Maybe this isn't a big deal for some people and they don't really care that you're getting less product. They're just excited about the new lipstick and whatever. They're fine with it. For me, I think this is a big deal. I would want to know that I'm purchasing a more expensive lipstick and getting nearly half of the product. That's good to know. And I really hope that if you're interested in these lipsticks, that you take that into consideration. I'm hoping that people didn't rush out to purchase because they felt that pressure to shop immediately and they're disappointed later on when they realize that they didn't really get their money's worth in the end. I just learned something. Tip number 1, make sure that the lipstick refill is retracted all the way. Of course, I should have remembered because there is no way to retract the lipstick. So make sure you retract it all the way down before you put in your new refill, and then you can go ahead and put the little gold cap on it. So it's safe and secure, and I'm going to hold on to the boxes because this will get lost. But hopefully if I throw it back in here and then I keep it in maybe the top drawer, I won't lose these lipsticks. I just wiped off 812, so here we go with 814. Wait, what is this one called? 814 Beige Imperial. One swipe. So this is more of a peachy nude. I mean, it's definitely pigmented, but I'm not sure it's that different from Rouge Allure. It's a pretty color. Ooh, it is a pretty color. I'm really trying to not be angry about the shrunken lipsticks and to just enjoy them. I bought them. I'm not going to return them. I'm going to keep them. And it's a pretty, at the end of the day, it's just a pretty Chanel lipstick. They remind me a bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips. I think it must be the wax that's in this, that's in the Charlotte Tilbury. It kind of clings to the lips and then it doesn't glide very smoothly. So like in there, I don't know, it can kind of create a little bit of like a lipstick barrier. There's like a little line that forms on the inside that isn't always flattering. I can see this lipstick doing it. That happens to me with the Charlotte lipsticks. And it also makes my lips peel a bit. I do always have dry lips. They're glossy and they glide, but they don't feel really buttery, if that makes sense. Like the Rouge Coco Bloom feels buttery on the lips. And this does not. Something in the formula, it's just not quite as thick and nourishing. It doesn't feel like it's really hugging the lips. It feels like it's just gliding over the lip, but not really melting into the lip like butter. I really love peachy nude lipsticks. So pretty, especially when it gets warm, spring, summer, with maybe a bronze eye and a peach cheek to match. So the color is really nice. 814. Here we go, Rose Supreme. Ooh, Now that is pigmented. I don't know, maybe it's tough to do with nudes because I didn't get that one swipe wow factor from the first two, but maybe it's just because they're lighter shades and these probably have more pigment in general. But wow. I think I have something similar because I always think to myself, I don't have a color like that. And then I end up picking it up from Chanel. So I might actually have something similar. But I don't mind because it's just such a pretty color. Now in the mirror, ooh, it's getting messy over here. In the mirror, it looks more pink. In the viewfinder, it looks really red. I'll have to wait till I watch this video back to see what it looks like on camera, but I really like this color. For like a deep, it's a deep pink, it's a deep rose. I wouldn't call this red, but to me this is too dark to be pink. So what do you call it? It's not really berry. I'm not sure what to call this color. It's gorgeous. It's so like flattering and it has a hint of warmth to it. It looks very special occasion, date night. I wish I was bold enough to wear a color like this on a daily basis. I need to start using my lipsticks this color, so I probably should. And this one does feel a little bit more buttery. Maybe it's just the fact that it's a deeper shade, I'm not sure. But this shade, 10 out of 10. I really did not want to get another red lipstick. I have so many red Chanel lipsticks and I never go through them. So I've made it a point, kind of like neutral eyeshadow palettes. I said, I'm done for the year. No more neutral eyeshadow palettes. No more red lipsticks. But here I am with a red lipstick. The problem is this is my favorite shade of red. And I do have a red, I believe in Tom Ford. And I have a similar shade of red in Hourglass, which I love, but I don't have this specific shade of red in Chanel, and it's my favorite shade of red, so I just went for it. I was too tempted. Ooh, there's a little fuzz on there. Here I am with another Chanel red, but let's see. Ooh. This is so messy. With red lipstick, you need a lip liner. Not terrible considering I don't have a lip liner. I'll probably fix it in a second so you can see the final result. But this is the shade of red. It's this deep, like blood red. Just a true, kind of deep, a little bit blue-based blood red. That's the best way to describe it. This to me is the perfect shade of red. It's so sexy and vampy and just va-va-voom. It's like the most amazing red possible. If you're gonna do red, you might as well just go for it. I think this is that type of shade. It's so hard to choose favorites and it's nearly impossible to pick out new shades of lipstick when I'm trying to avoid shopping for lipsticks altogether. I think I will most likely get more use out of the two nudes, both the True Nude and the Peachy Nude. So I love those, but I think the pink, the rose, and this red are probably my favorite colors that I purchased. Overall thoughts on the lipstick formula, I really like it. I don't know if it's so much better than Rouge Coco Bloom or Rouge Allure. I think it's kind of the same or similar to Rouge Coco Bloom. I just pulled out two Rouge Coco Blooms. Let's see. This way I can swatch and maybe feel a difference in the texture. Here we go. So this is 110 Chance. This is a nude. Pretty good. I think this is really pigmented and buttery and satiny and all of those things. And I think the color is similar to this one. 814. Let's see. No, they're different. I actually think the Rouge Coco Bloom looks more pigmented than this one. And it could just be the shade. With this one, I can tell it has that waxy consistency. This looks a little bit more see-through, a little bit more transparent. The Rouge Coco Bloom looks a little bit more opaque. The Rouge Allure L'Extrait feels a little bit stickier. It's a little bit stickier. The Rouge Coco Bloom is more buttery. Interesting. Now this packaging, on the other hand, I have a ton of complaints. So many complaints. Yes, it's a refillable lipstick case, but if you're not going to use the entire lipstick and then go through the refill, I would say go with the Rouge Coco Bloom. It's just a better feeling bullet lipstick, and you're gonna get more product for the money. I've withheld from watching any other reviews, so I don't know if other people have mentioned this yet, but I feel the need to scream it from the mountaintops, just so you know. Maybe it's not going to be a big deal for other people. You might not care that you get less lipstick. I care. I at least want to know how much product I'm getting. The lipstick is small. What bothers me the most is that I'm afraid this is going to be a trend and this will continue, and it's just the beginning, and there will be future launches where the price goes up but the quantity of product goes down. And I don't like that trend. I don't want to see it happening. I'll be even more interested now to check out the LeBlanc collection. I've been so curious seeing everybody's posts on Instagram because I know it's available in other parts of the world, and we should be getting it soon. So fingers crossed that it's amazing and it can just wipe the slate clean, because I was looking forward to these new lipsticks and now I am feeling a bit salty about it. That completes today's review. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you found it helpful. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.